Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for round 5. This is going to be the deciding match between Risky Behavior and Neilm. I believe it was 2-0 Risky Behavior by the second match, but then Neilm pulled it back with 2 games, I believe, right? Or am I wrong in that?
Yep, that is correct. Risk Behavior did very well to start off with, but unfortunately Neilm have been able to turn it around. But fortunately for them, they have managed to make it into the last game. This has been an incredibly long tournament. We are currently sitting on the 8-9 hour mark of how long this tournament has been going for.
And we have EU tomorrow.
Yes. Like, it's pretty much like we have this game, and then as soon as we turn around, it's just going to be EU suddenly again.
Yes, so luckily, we can look at the picks and bans while we can take a break from that absolute I'd say a riot would be the best way to describe that last game. Just raw aggressiveness, thanks to no small part to the triple teleport decision that Neilm decided to make.
Yeah, they very much like to go for this triple teleport. I think there hasn't been a game in these finals where they haven't done it, but the last 2 games it's been working very successfully for them, because Grishank goes for this incredibly aggressive split push meta, which forces Risky Behavior to sit back, and eventually, through the lack of attrition, it just means that Neilm wins. It's very difficult for them. However, in this game currently, we do see that Risky Behavior banned out Jing Chan and Sol. Neilm have banned out Zeus and Hell.
So, yeah, we do see the Sol ban. That's not too surprising. Well, actually, no, didn't Risky Behavior play Sol last game? Ares, hello. That's potentially very dangerous for Risky Behavior. And that's also going to be the Nox. That's cripples on roots, on silences in the first 2 picks. This is going to be very problematic for an Awilix.
Yeah, it's going to start really hurting. Neilm is going for this very CC heavy team. I'd almost expect an Anhur to come out as well, although it's been picked up for the side of Risky Behavior as I get through those picks.
So, the way this is going... Oh, I spell some fishy business here. Poseidon is going to be locked in, as well as Anhur. I believe that's the first time Poseidon has been seen today.
Yes, it is. Poseidon has not been played as so far, just because he's... We've been seeing a lot of Janus and Isis and Nox and these gods who have these very quick bursts, rather than... Actually, no, we have seen Poseidon today. Sorry, my bad. I can't remember when it was, but there was one game across all of the insane amounts of games we've seen today where Poseidon was played.
Okay, so yeah, Poseidon is going to be very nice in terms of the cripple. If they even wanted to, if Ares goes for the ult and someone does get pulled, they can protect them in theory with the Poseidon ult. It provides a visual distraction, wackety waving flame alarm cracking, and also the damage. So that is a small benefit to having that, but in terms of just raw AoE damage, Risky Behavior had a lot of it. Considering the amount of Awilix that we've been seeing, Saket Geb will be banned out. Mercury was picked up for Neilm as well. The Mercury pickup, I'm a little, about. I mean, yes, they have the combo of course, Nox jumps in Mercury Sonic booms, and then, that's a 2-for-1 arrival. But at the same time, the amount of cripples and knockups they have on Risky Behavior could make that a problem, and looking at the rest of the picks here, Fenrir makes a reappearance.
Yep, Fenrir going to make a reappearance, and that is going to be a very good counter to this Mercury. We saw it in a couple of games ago, where the Fenrir was just pressing Brutalize onto the Mercury, and he was chasing no matter what. The best thing is you can even chase during the ultimate coming out from Mercury, so you can just see these Fenrirs going flying across the map, chasing a Mercury while in their ultimate. It's beautiful, but also very annoying for the person playing Mercury.
Also, did I just say Fenrir? What the bloody hell? Right, anyway.
Yes, you said Fenrir.
Fenrir, that should be the name for the robot skin. Just steal that one, hi-rez. But yes, looking at the picks, we do see the Sobek, we see Poseidon, who has technically a knock-up on the Kraken. That could also, feed into the Awilix. So I want to see how this works in terms of the Ullr as well, because bear in mind, Ullr has one of his biggest games is the jump that can be countered. Nox, I believe in the dash, can be pulled as well. Am I wrong on that?
No, because that's dash. So.
No. Ah, okay, because there's this really weird logic, because I kind of put it in the same category as the Hades Death from Up Below, because that technically can be pulled, but I guess that is actually a dash, but...
that is counted as a leap. In the game. The leaps that go underground are Scylla and Hades, and then there's the overground leaps such as Anhur, Ullr, Awilix, Serket, all of those gods. Interesting one, Shark's Torrent is counted as a leap, and you can actually technically pull him out of that one.
That is true. That is true. So, either way, just looking at the overall comp, if Neilm wanted to, they want to go for that triple teleport Mercury hyper split push style, they could. If they even wanted to be really cheeky, they could have Nox jump into the Mercury, who's then teleporting. That's a 2-for-1 delivery, essentially, to allow them to split push, while the rest of Neilm hold down the point, but at the same time, if they leave their guys open, Risky Behavior have enough certain abilities, things like the Sobek Pluck, the Ragnarok, and of course, you know, the knock-up on the Awilix we've been seeing put to incredible effect today through wars. If they leave individual people or a small group of people alone, they are going to get picked off in a huge way.
Yeah, without a doubt. However, we are only going to be able to find out as soon as we get into the game. It shouldn't be too long, however. Risky Behavior versus Neilm. This is going to be Game 5 of the Grand Finals, playing for a $10,500 cash prize pool. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. My name's Lord WizKid, and I am joined here today by Verbosity. We will see you in a little bit.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the Grand Finals. In the final day of the NA Challengers Cup, this is go for all of the marbles. This is for first and second place grand prize and
Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you there already as we see Wubbn getting a pick onto NeiruMah, and this is going to be a first blood going onto the Ares. XenoTronics going to get that kill. Sorry, just introduce them again as we see Risky Behavior get the first kill.
Calm down. I understand this is last game. You're both in the relegation. You're playing for the big cash prize. But calm down. I'm trying to explain stuff. So yes, both of these teams are playing very aggressive. Extremely nice pick, literally in Sobek's case there. Wubbn's going to be able to help his team pick up first blood. First blood went on to XenoTronics on the Poseidon. So that's going to be a very nice help for him. We do see double power pot start. On Risky Behavior, CrazyToaster has a red pot, and so does Skeeledon. Skeeledon's going to be over in the jungle. CrazyToaster's going to be the solo, I imagine.
Yes.
So, I want to see how this works, as Risky Behavior again are posturing extremely aggressive here. They've been spotted out on both sides, I think, although looks like they're going to be able to get at least a 3 purple buff. Yeah, Neilm are going to concede at least that side, unless NeiruMah goes for some kind of cheeky invasion with this.
Covi is about to go down. Skeeledon getting another kill for the side of Risky Behavior, and they're also going to be able to steal away the speed buff. And yeah, Risky Behavior got another invade on the left-hand side as well, so that's going to be a very big win for them.
Is it just me, or am I getting shades of Elevate versus Envy here with the early, double invade? What is this?
Well, I mean, this has been what these guys have been doing this entire game. They've all been trying to invade every single time. Neilm, you saw that they were postured for that 5-man. Risky Behavior realized this, and they decided to do the exact same thing. And you can see now, Grishank is so far behind. He's actually sitting at level 1 still. He hasn't got his second ability. He finally just got it. But there's a 5-man grouping in the middle again. Fenrir going to be getting stunned onto Jiminy, who's going to go down again. XenoTronics going to get his second kill of the game.
Yeah. 2 kills
and
onto the Poseidon plus
lane.
Yep, CrazyToaster. This is a complete reverse around of what happened last game. Last game, we saw CrazyToaster was using the Bellona and styling all over the... I'm having a brain fart, what is the name of that god? Awilix, there we go, that's the word. But now it's completely the other way. CrazyToaster styling on the Bellona with the Awilix. That's gotta be a big morale hit for Covi.
Yeah, it definitely is gonna be, because he knows that he's just not going to be better in this matchup. And the biggest problem is now that CrazyToaster is sitting at 1-0-2. He is a level above him right now. He's going to hit his ultimate pretty fast, and he's going to start getting this very annoying kind of Awilix who's going to be clearing the wave and then also poking you, which as a Bellona, that shouldn't be happening. And in fact, it looks like there's going to be another gank over here anyway.
Yeah, it looks like over in the solo lane, this is going to be a very dead Covi. He's going to get brought down to earth very hard, thanks to the gravity surge, and then we also saw Skeeledon going down. He does have the red pot, so the Unchained will do extra damage on top of that. Risky behavior really are living up to their namesake, and it's paying off in spades. I mean, just look at the golden XP difference right now. 2.6k XP, 2.4k gold. The charts are shooting up massively in their favor. It's like someone stuck rockets to them. But over in the duo lane, FaymousHate being brought very low, forced to retreat, or at least play very carefully. He does have a health pot ticking away. That is probably going to go in around 15 seconds or so. He doesn't have any sustain items, but the rest of Neilm are forced to retreat because they don't have wards to tell them, hey, no one is ganking, so they might as well play it safe.
Yeah, and I mean, right now, Risky Behavior have gone, okay, we had fun the past couple of games, but no, we're done. We're gonna go really hard. And they've started out this game very well. We are in the 3-minute mark, and we already have 5 kills on the board in favor of Risky Behavior, and they're gonna go again on the side of NeiruMah.
Yep, we're going to be seeing the shifting sands deployed, and XenoTronics picks up another kill. That's going to be 3 kills in his favor. The silence aura from the Nox, JiminyGlick, excuse me, is used, but unfortunately no one was actually caught in the actual detonation. That isn't like a Ullr, for those that don't know. You can't detonate it early. It is down for the full duration of 2 seconds. You can't deploy it early. So it is relatively easy to get out, but at the same time, while you're in it, this slides what looks like Grishank. It might be the next victim here of risky behavior, and he's the one who's being a bit risky here. He went forwards without ward coverage, and he paid the price. Neilm are just having unfortunate event after unfortunate event. Over in the solo lane, CrazyToaster gets out without a scratch. Covi, unfortunately, doesn't have a way of following up. He didn't have enough mana to deploy Scourge at the time to finish him off. And now the rest of risky behavior are around this mid-side. They were thinking of maybe going for solo, but they're warded out, and it looks like NeiruMah and JiminyGlick might be going for vengeance. Yep,
Skeeledon gonna jump over the wall. Nox ulti going onto XenoTronics. He's gonna finally be able to get that. That's the first kill for Neilm going their way. Skeeledon is gonna get chained by the Ares, pulled in as well. That's gonna be another kill going to them, and looks like a third one. Wubbn falling down. PandaCat looking for the stun onto FaymousHate. Isn't going to find it though, but he is going to get a couple of bits of damage. CrazyToaster is going to get the pull though. PandaCat is going to go down here. Very nice job, and it's going to hit everyone here as well. Grishank going to fall down, getting a double kill there. NeiruMah is very low. Triple kill to CrazyToaster. Now Covi's over here. He's trying to stop there, but he's going to take too much damage. This is going to be a not quadra kill. Famous, please.
FaymousHate is going to be receiving all the hate in comms right now. That was a denied quadra for Crazy. That's gotta sting. But yes, Neilm, unfortunately, just seems to be having a calamity of an early game here. I'm not sure if it's Neilm doing all the wrong steps or Risky doing all the right steps. It feels like more of a combination of in between. The ward coverage isn't helping that, the lack of it in Neilm's case, but at the same time, Risky are just on point of all these things like they are now. In comes the initiation, FaymousHate picks up Grishank, we did see Bellona come in, but it was, the beads were used, Covi picks up FaymousHate. That's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, make that 2-for-1. JiminyGlick picks up Skeeledon with the rotation. Covi forced to retreat, nice pluck onto NeiruMah by Wubbn. PandaCat picks up XenoTronics. It's 3 versus 2. Make that 3 versus 2 again as the rotation comes back through. PandaCat picks up Wubbn. CrazyToaster now all on his lonesome. He's not going to be able to... He might try and find Covi if he's able to get the knock-up. He gets disarmed, and one final hit after the disarm goes is going to be enough. Risky behavior are on fire right now, Wiz.
However, 4 of them died in that fight. That's the biggest thing. Like, they have been winning these fights, but then they have these very big fights which they lose. I mean, CrazyToaster right now gonna try and look for JiminyGlick, could dive the tower, deciding not to though. He probably could have easily taken him because he is 3 levels above JiminyGlick right now.
That is true. And that is gonna be fairly important coming into the later parts of this, because being that such high level will confer you, of course, the natural health advantage and damage advantage.
Actually, on the solo lane, we're going to see Covi chasing CrazyToaster right now. Grishank is channeling the ultimate. Unfortunately, they're just going to go over the wall. Meanwhile, in the dual lane, PandaCat...
NeiruMah is dead.
Yeah, NeiruMah is going to be dead, while PandaCat's also chased down.
And now the rest of Neilm's reinforcements are coming over the solo lane. There is still fight between CrazyToaster and Covi. Back over in the left side, we see it's going to be a 2 versus 4, at least posture upping. Solo lane, the fight is still happening between CrazyToaster and Covi. The nice deployment of the ultimate. He saved it for last second. .com with a nice bludgeon. But over back in the middle, Skeeledon picks up Grishank, gets JiminyGlick, gets picked up by XenoTronics with a nice use of the Kraken. Having that extra money in the bank is going to really help when it comes to buying items, considering he can get first blood, and now Risky Behavior are looking for the first tower of the game.
You can breathe now.
This is madness.
No, this is Sparta. Anyway, we're gonna see the Ullr coming into the backline as well. PandaCat gonna get hit by Skeeledon, gonna use the jump over the wall just to try and make sure he's gonna be safe. 16 to 8, 8 minutes in. Look at the grass. It's 5,300 in the XP lead to Risky Behavior and just under 4,000 gold in favor to Risky as well. This is still in the lead for them, but for some reason they seem to be fighting a lot more, and it's actually starting to get them behind a little bit. They were a lot further ahead.
Yeah, I want to take a second while we have it to, bring up an important point here. So we are going to be seeing double teleport coming out by Neilm. We're not sure if it's going to be the triple that they displayed before, but we'll have to wait and see. Solo lane, a little bit of argy-bargy between Covi and CrazyToaster, but Crazy is going to be able to get away relatively scot-free. The ward coverage. The wards have been crucial in this game because, Robo Invicted the solo lane tower. Covi, CrazyToaster going at it under tower. Nice use of the Suku jump is going to allow Crazy to get away. But the Mercury is going to unfortunately whiff. That's disappointing for Grishank. And now the Night Terror is going to be used to clean up, but that's 2 ultimates down. That is unfortunate because they really could have used that Night Terror for this upcoming Gold Fury fight. Risky Behavior are grouping up for it. Yeah,
and they're going to be able to take it out. I don't think NeiruMah's even going to be able to get here in time. PandaCat's going to know it's there, trying to stop her. NeiruMah actually going to get here. FaymousHate has got to be quite low. NeiruMah is going to be finished off by Skeeledon beforehand. PandaCat going to chase around. No idea where where that camera went, but Skeeledon is going to be eating up PandaCat. PandaCat taking a lot of damage here. XenoTronics is going to get pulled, and that's going to be it.
The CC. There is so much CC being deployed by Risky Behavior right now. I am very surprised not seeing higher levels of purification bees, I should say, being bought quicker here, because right now, Neilm are just being frozen in time, basically. Covi is going to pick up Skeeledon. That silence aura by JiminyGlick is really a pain in the backside of Risky.
Jiminy actually going to get pulled in the middle. The silence going to come out, but the root was already used, so he's not going to be able to do anything. But CrazyToaster is going to be here as well. Going to get the cripple, but is it going to be there? No, the knockup's going to happen, and he's finally going to go down.
There was like 0.1 frames left on that knockup, and he still gets it. The Awilix play on both teams today has been absolutely insane.
Yes, they have
just
been
insane.
Really good at Awilix players. They've been mechanically amazing, but now the Gold Fury is being taken down. NeiruMah is sitting here. He wants to go in on this. He's doing a lot of damage to them. He's actually forcing them off of Gold Fury. Grishank TP'd in as well. He's going to go on Wubbn, is able to get the ultimate on him, and he's going to go down now. Wubbn, the first blood of this fight. Now there's going to be Skeeledon going on to Grishank in the backline. Going to get trained though, and now he's got to get out. Really nice fight though. Grishank going to go down, followed by NeiruMah as well. Bellona going to come in, finish off Skeeledon in the backline. FaymousHate going to try and use the
2 for 2.
Impale, not going to be there, and now PandaCat chasing up as well.
That's going to be 2 for 3. Let's see if Neilm can make it 2 for 4 here. They're looking for Poseidon. They will get it. That's a triple kill for Covi once again, and luckily for him, this time, that isn't going to be taken for a quadra, because there was no quadra to find. That's going to be 2 triple kills in this game alone. This game is looking to be even quicker than the last one, and Gold Fury is now being started.
Gold Fury is being started, but Sobek is coming on his way. Can he get there in time? It's on under 100 HP. He's going to steal it away!
Wow! What is this nonsense? Both of these guys have taken the pedal, thrown it out of the cart. Nice silence cripple aura coming out by JiminyGlick. He's going to charge in the Wubbn, looking for possible vengeance, but these cripple chains by NeiruMah. Nice use of the root of the Feather Step, but it's not going to allow the chains to break. CrazyToaster is going to be forced to try and Suku his way out of that. No, he's going back in. Skeeledon's coming in. The communication is key. We're going to see the Nox hop into the shadow of Ares. Up goes the Ullr. It is not going to find home. JiminyGlick pops the Ullr. Grishank comes in with the Sonic Boom. Grishank gets a double kill, as we did see Poseidon pick up the Nox. And now the ultimate is deployed, but the pillar was used as well to slow them down. FaymousHate picks up Grishank. Robo and Victor on the XenoTronics pops the beast to avoid the slow. PandaCat looking to try and find the out. Oh, beautiful Aegis. There's the knockback from the tidal surge. Now XenoTronics to escape with barely enough, but FaymousHate is going to sacrifice his life for his teammate. That's a 3-for-3 trade, but Neilm with the comeback are going to be looking to try and take a tower, but unless Wubbn's got something to say about it.
No, he's not going to look for the pluck. He doesn't have enough damage to be able to do it. Plus, also the tower is still tanking out minions. Grishank is here. He's actually going to finally get the pluck there. And now the minions are dead. Grishank does have his 3. He's going to use it away. But now CrazyToaster is teleported into this tower as well. He's back in this fight. Everyone wants to go at each other. It is 24-18 at 13 minutes in. If you didn't think games would get hectic, welcome to the Challenger Cup Finals.
Neilm is already pushing the pace pretty hard, but now they have the triple teleport again. Risky Behavior are also pushing the pace, but instead of triple teleport, they're just doing cheeky invades right at the start, and also pushing camps ridiculously hard. And at the same time, no one's been able to really farm. We're at 13 minutes, you know, people have only just broken double digits, or just gotten to level 11, level 13, etc. Oh no, NeiruMah got a fist pump in the air. He didn't find anyone to chain with that. Wubbn is going to get crippled, and he's going to be able to get away, though. It looks like Covi, though, is in a bit of a bind. He's going to get pincer move if he's not careful. Ragnarok is going to be deployed. Night Terror is used to reduce damage. Mercury does come through. Skeeledon is the first casualty of this fight. JiminyGlick picks up Wubbn. Kraken was deployed. XenoTronics gets picked up by a nice special delivery into punch combination by Grishank. That's going to be 3-for-0. Risky Behavior are now retreating for their lives. They have to get out of here to preserve them. If they get killed, 2 of their towers are vulnerable here. They're going to lose at least one of them, maybe 2, if... Yep, Neilm are going to be splitting up here. 2 towers are going to be falling here. I severely doubt it's going to be just one. Covi has enough health to get that first one very easily.
Yep, that's going to be the tier 1 tower. Unfortunately, CrazyToaster also just used his ultimate, so he doesn't have that special attack speed buff, and he doesn't have that pull as well, so he's just going to go down in the middle of the tower. Nice impale onto Covi, but it's not really going to do anything. TP coming out from Skeeledon. Looks like they're joining in with the triple TP meta. And, yeah, so Skeeledon's going to come in as well. Covi on his own, though. He's got to be quite careful here.
Yep, we're going to be seeing the Brutalize was used, followed him as he dashed away, but we saw the Night Terror. Night Terror, bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, does reduce the damage of targets that it hits. So it is very good for teamfights, but it's also very good for throwing and just saying, are you sure you want to go back in? Because if you go in, your damage is going to be cut by... drumroll please, as I look up the number, 30% for 5 seconds. That's a lot. That is not a number to be sniffed at, 30% damage reduction.
Yeah, it is not something you want to be touched by, especially if they're going to touch you pretty quickly. XenoTronics not going to get hit by the root, though, after getting into the middle of the times. Covi taking one of the damage. The ultimate from Mercury going to come through as well. Covi is going to be the first blood, though. Skeeledon very low on health in the backline. Going to get hit by PandaCat. PandaCat's whoop from the sky. Grishank also trying to chase Wubbn. Not going to be able to find much damage after that. Now there's 4 of them here as well. It's 4v3, and they're in the middle of the tower.
FaymousHate forced to pop the beat. He was crippled. He wasn't able to jump. Grishank is very low. He's got to be careful he doesn't get caught out. Grishank picks up FaymousHate, as we did see that NeiruMah was picked up as well. That's going to be a 3-for-2 trade in favor of Neilm. Make that 3-for-3. And even Stevens is CrazyToaster picks up JiminyGlick. CrazyToaster doesn't have the ult, so if that did knock up Grishank there, you did see the Moonlight Charge was deployed. You wouldn't have been able to pull him back there. And at this point, Risky Behavior now have a tough choice to make. 2 of their towers just went down, and their towers are very much vulnerable purely because of the amount of raw staying power physically in the map Neilm have because of this teleport. They're building teleport as well to counter against this, but purely because of the Mercury, and if they want to, they can have Nox jump into a shadow to ride along with him through the teleport and Sonic Boom. The split push potential has been blown wide open for this game.
Yeah.
What can they do?
Well, to be honest, Risky Behavior just need to try and defend, and this is actually why Skeeledon has gotten into the teleport himself, because he knows Grishank's doing it. So if he's gonna do it, he may as well try and defend it by teleporting himself. PandaCat actually going to be finishing off CrazyToaster over here at the gold tree. Now Wubbn's forced to use his ultimate as well. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, XenoTronics is going to be finished off by Covi as he was fighting 1v2 with Grishank there. That's going to be the gold fury going to Neilm. They've tied up the kills. It is 27 to 27 at 17 minutes. That is correct. 27 to 27 at 17 minutes.
With a theoretical comeback by Neilm, if you look at the graphs, it went all in favor of Risky Behavior, and then Neilm just went, nope, dragged the graph back down over the course of the match. In just under about 15 minutes or so, it's now in favor of Neilm, 4.4k XP, 2.6k gold, and now Neilm are aggressing here onto the left side. They teleport in, but Risky Behavior pulling out their own teleports to the tower. At this point, it's going to be who gets the plucks or the stuns first, although it looks like Grishank is once again going to use his mobility to split push, and this is the advantage Neilm have. It looks like engagement is about to begin.
Yep, it's going to begin. We're going to see the Ragnarok onto NeiruMah, but that's the worst thing you want because that's an Ares. All of the beads are going to be used. Nice pull from CrazyToaster, but he's going to be blown up by the rest of damage from Covi, and now that's going to be the first blood. Wubbn's in the middle of the rest of them. He can't find much follow-up, though, as XenoTronics, the best character for the rest of the side of Risky Behavior, was too busy trying to fight, I think it was the Grishank, actually, in the backline.
Yeah. Because of that, he wasn't able to come in and assist properly. Oh, hang on, Grishank, you really should have been careful. Pops the beat, but he's probably, he's gonna ult into the wall there. That was a panic. He ideally could have had a ward a bit further up. At this point, both teams have enough monies where everyone can afford ward, and that's going to be part of their strategy, because everyone's teleporting around the map. But just look at the amount of wards that Neilm have been summoning around the map versus Risky Behavior. Neilm have been prioritizing fairly heavily the counter-warding game because they're so reliant on this rapid deployment around the map with teleport the wards that if they deny the enemy team the same thing, they immediately have a huge advantage.
Yeah, and this has been why there's just been so many kills in the game, because everyone dies and then suddenly they respawn. As you can see, the Nox ulti going in, don't think that hit anyone though, so it's just going to be a little bit of a miss hit there.
There seems to be a common theme of people field goaling ultimates. We're seeing Grishank field goal the Sonic Boom, CrazyToaster and Covi have both field golded Awilix Moonlight Charges, and now we're seeing the Night Terrors being field goaled as well. Both of these teams have really good situational awareness in terms of splitting up to avoid things.
I think we need to field goal the Ullr ult. Where are the Ullr ult field goals? Anyway, so yes, on the right-hand side, we're actually going to see Awilix and Bellona fighting it out a little bit. No, Grishank actually instead, but he's going to lose. And then over in the mid lane again, we're going to see Skeeledon going down. Wubbn very low as well, not going to be finished off just yet. Though XenoTronics is going to get rooted in place. FaymousHate is going to go there, but NeiruMah is going to try and ulti. Not going to be fast enough because of the Poseidon Kraken. The tier 2 tower has fallen. Now the Nox ulti is going to channel through, hit both of these two, but nothing's going to follow up. PandaCat going to look for the stun, but not going to be able to find it.
And now that Neilm are retreating, but so are Risky Behavior, that gives Grishank time again. He, at this point, is the dedicated split pusher for Neilm on this Mercury. He has been doing a cracking job exploiting these long, drawn-out fights all around the map to go, and just, like, wander off and take multiple towers. That's what he's been doing. We've seen him take 2 towers in one push, 1 tower in many pushes. At this point, Grishank is... I said he was a thorn in the enemy side. He is a dagger in the side of Risky Behavior. Risky are going to have to be very careful because their tower situation, I wouldn't say if it's dire, it's non-existent. They're down to Phoenixes.
Yeah, they have lost every single one of their towers because Neilm is prioritizing the perfect objective. They are fighting these towers because guess what? I've said this time and time again in these casts, and I will say it again. The way you win games is not by surrender votes. You win games by killing their Titan.
So, it looks like CrazyToaster is going to get crippled. Although, actually, never mind. Left side, Grishank picks up FaymousHate. Back on the right side here, PandaCat is pew-pewing away, but it doesn't see the rest of Risky Behavior collapsing on him. Ares is going to use Kraken, is used as well. No one's going to get pulled. A beats were burned, though, to allow Covi to go in and pick up XenoTronics. And now Skeeledon is crippled and slowed, and the axe is not going to collide from... that was PandaCat threw the axe, but because the Skeeledon's jump was still up, it didn't hit him. And with that, that's only going to be 2-for-0 trade for Neilm instead of the potential 3-for-0. And now Neilm are going to be looking for a Fire Giant attempt at least, and they have a very high chance of actually grabbing this.
This is a guaranteed Fire Giant, actually. Wubbn took too long. He's trying to defend in the right side, and now he can't actually get into this Fire Giant. Neilm are going to take the first Fire Giant of the game, but this has not meant that much, considering the rest of the game has been doing a lot of different things. Skeeledon, though, are going to go down to NeiruMah.
Yep, that's going to be another teammate down for around 35 seconds, which, at this point in the game, considering how fast this game is going, that's actually pretty harsh, because that's 35 seconds to where he's not going to be able to get back up and teleport around the map, and Ragnarok, potentially. You're going to be seeing NeiruMah just blink in with the cripple. Notice he doesn't burn the ult immediately, because he knows he's only going to pull one person. He just blinks in, he cripples, and does a little bit of damage, forcing them back. Now they have the positioning, they're posturing up, they're looking for at least one Phoenix here, if not a full DSI. Nice gravity surge. NeiruMah is forced to pull the ultimate. We did see Night Terror. Kraken is going to be deployed in response. JiminyGlick picks up kill to XenoTronics. Multiple ultimates being deployed. We saw the Sobek ultimate and the Anhur ultimate used to a decent avail. They did a decent amount of damage, but not to actually kill anyone just yet. Phoenix is going to fall. That's going to be the first of this game in favor of Neilm. Are Neilm going to go for the throw? No, they're going to play it safe. That is the best thing they can do right now. Just go, drop the Titan's armor, drop its health, and get positioning. Skeeledon going in with the beads. Let's see if he survives.
Well, no, he's definitely not going to be able to. Also, the Anhur in the background has to be forced away. Wubbn is on pretty high health, but he's not going to be able to go into the middle of this. CrazyToaster got knocked up by the special delivery, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough to be able to kill him. But now Neilm are sitting. Everybody is still here. I don't think they'll be able to take out this right side Phoenix. They have been taking a little bit too much damage, but they are going to try it anyway. The Awilix is going to be here, going to get a nice pull, but
Nice
Beans is going to be away from the PandaCat.
Now, for as much as, we're giving a lot of credit to both Awilixes on either side, Covi and CrazyToaster respectively, doing incredibly well. But everyone in this game is on point with their beads. The amount of time, I'm not sure what the exact numbers are, I probably should have listened to Cret a bit more on that, but he mentioned the exact timing on the animation to actually pull someone back, and it's a flat time, and it's very short. But they're still beating it, like, halfway through the pull, so they're relatively safe. That is incredible reflexes.
Yeah, they've got to be able to predict it just on time. It's very difficult to actually beat that pull, but the problem is...
especially in a fight. Everything's going off. These have been very active fights.
This is the very interesting thing about Awilix pulls, however, is the fact that because it's a pull, it is beatable, and as we've been saying. However, because of that, you may as well just let them jump for a little bit, and then just as they're about to land, pull them, and hope they don't have beads. Because in that point, they're not going to be doing damage in that sort of little arc. They're not going to be able to hit you. Actually, on the right-hand side, we're going to see Grishank going in, but not going to be able to find him. Skeeledon forced to use his own ultimate, but it's not going to hit him.
Yeah, now that the Fire Giant buff has been secured, it's going to be running out relatively soonish, but Grishank has the extra 25% structure damage bonus the Fire Giant gives. He's going to be able to run riot all over these Phoenixes. We've seen it. He took out both of those Phoenixes with the help of his team very quickly, considering that he's able to attack speed buff. In comes the Sobek pluck, but he just pulled Ares into the middle of his team. That might have been a misplay. 2 chains are going to be used. That's going to be forcing out beads. Skeeledon forced to retreat. Risky behavior are really going to have to be careful in their positioning here. We're going to be seeing the Frostbound Hammer is deployed. Neilm are going to be going for the jugular here. Is this going to be it? Neilm are looking for the gold, but risky behavior fighting to save their life, but the Titan will fall. GG, well played. That is officially the end of the NA Challenger Cup. Neilm with the 3 straight game comeback.
That was an amazing performance coming out from the side of Neilm. As you said, they were down 2-0 in the beginning of this best of 5 tournament. well, in best of 5 match, but they turned it around and they won every single game afterwards. This insane split push that Grishank was doing with this triple teleport meta, which I don't understand and I still won't ever understand, but it worked for them. That was the biggest thing. It worked, and they were able to win the tournament. They were able to win the $5,000, and more importantly, they were able to get the higher seed in the SPL relegation spots.
Yeah, that is going to be happening next year. I don't remember it's going to be after SWC, of course, but I don't know the exact date that those relegations
That hasn't been
starts.
announced yet.
Ah, right. But yes, either way, just looking at that entire set overall, that best of 5, we saw early on Risky Behavior fairly dominant, although there was some back and forth moments. Neilm coming with this big gambit, and it starts to work for the first 2 games. Then Risky Behavior decide, okay, let's try and serve them some spoonfuls of their own medicine. It worked for a little bit in the early game, then Neilm wised up to it, and they have the better composition for it, because they have the Mercury and the Nox and the Ares. Mercury, of course, we've seen Grishank do extreme work as the split-pushing king, essentially, of this set, and JiminyGlick and NeiruMah have enough AoE CC combined with Covi, who's just being annoying as hell on the Bellona with Frostbound Hammer, that it just gives not only Grishank enough space to where he can go off and do whatever he wants to do, but PandaCat can just, we didn't mention all that much in this game, because he was able to just sit in the back and just go pew, 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 constantly. Just look at the player damage right now. He is, sat at 13k, admittedly he is lower damage, but the damage he was doing, I was watching in the match, he was hitting consistently XenoTronics and FaymousHate constantly.
Well, the best thing was the fact that even though he wasn't doing much damage, the damage he was doing was causing a lot of things to happen on the side of risk behavior. I think the best example was the fact that he forced XenoTronics to actually use his Aegis too early, which allowed Covi to finish him off. And even though he wasn't really, he wasn't sitting in the front doing the insane amounts of damage that Covi was doing, or he wasn't doing the insane NeiruMah pulls and just trying to pop everyone's bees ever, he was sitting there doing very calculated, perfect fights, and it just worked out so well for him. But to be honest, everyone in this game actually did incredibly well. There were a couple of weird ultimates or weird abilities, and the chuckling is we somehow
Field goals
had...
for days.
How many kills was that in the game? That was 65 kills in 26 minutes.
Yeah. And that was just... The pace got pushed so much... It allowed... I'm just going to keep bringing this up because it was such a key point. The pace was pushed so much, both teams had to respond. But because of the amount of AoE denial and tankiness that Neilm had, it allowed Grishank to just wander off and take towers. And he took so many towers. Just look at this. If we just look at his structure damage, 4,900. But all of the structures he took were essentially solo. He was able to go wander off and take, 1 or 2 towers at a time. Which was insane, because by the time that... Oh god, I'm having a memory lock. Here we are, Risky Behavior. By the time that Risky Behavior actually were able to go, okay, let's go back, buy items, we just took Gold Fury. Where the hell did our structures go? It's that kind of shock. And the actual strategic position you can get on top of that, Neilm just pulled that comeback out of nowhere because of it. Nice job to them.
Yeah, and I mean, congratulations to Neilm. They actually played 10 games today. We didn't see all of the semi-final that they were playing in, but we only saw 2 of the games. They had played 3 games beforehand. They won the first 2 games, then lost the 3rd game against Team Resist, and won the final game. It was very exciting to watch. It was so interesting. And Neilm just came out and played again today, and they played very well, considering that they came in the 8th seed into the round robin, and they were very close to actually not getting into the last week.
Oh yeah, I actually remember that was a thing. So yes, we should probably round this off, because it's 1 in the morning for us.
Yes.
So, congratulations to both teams on this. You're both going to be going to regionals. Neilm going to be walking away...
No, they're not going to regionals. Sorry.
Regionals relegation.
Yes.
It began with an R. It's close enough.
Okay.
So Neilm are going to be going home with the What's the prize pool? I'm forgetting. I suck at the job.
Neilm are going home with the $5,000 prize pool for the first place finish. Then Risky Behavior are going to be heading home with the 2,500. We didn't get to watch the third place, sadly. I mean, I don't want to go through that now. It is too late already. I'm not going to sit through another 2 or 3 games. In fact, I think actually it went... No, there wasn't even any games. They forfeited. Let me just check who it was. Yeah, it was... it was a long time ago, actually.
Yeah. You have everything written down, Wiz. This is why you're the analyst.
No, I don't have... It's everywhere else, okay?
Yeah, fair point.
3K spot forfeited, so Resist took 3rd place. 3K spot took 4th place.
Yes.
They are still going to be able to compete for the relegations next year, however, because there will be an open bracket style tournament of which they'll be able to sign up to. This was insane. Yes. I am happy that I finally got to cast, and I didn't think I was going to get to cast the North American Finals, as Rankonius was set to cast all of the games, but unfortunately he's Australian, so it's like 9 in the morning for him.
Yeah, it was 4 in the morning when he left, and then unfortunately I had to step in for Shadowboy, because Shadowboy at that point had been casting for an unheard of amount of time, and I think he was about the point of passing out. So if you're wondering why the voices sound different, that is why. So yes, I think we should probably sign off. Oh, actually, before we forget, you're probably wondering what's happening next. This is NA. EU is going to be happening tomorrow. Same format. Is going to be EU's turn for the Challenger Cup Finals. I'm going to be casting it with M-Target, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And
yes.
I'm looking
No, you'll be casting with Souza. Casting with Souza.
Souza. Souza, lovely. But yes, I'm looking forward to that because there's been a lot of, team changes around, and a lot of very competitive close sets in terms of everyone against each other, especially in the round robins. So the last final matches, I am so hyped for.
Yeah, and I mean, this is going to be a very exciting set of games tomorrow. We're also giving away another Poseidon and Sandboxer code, so make sure to tune in tomorrow. It's going to be starting at 3 PM CET, which is 9 AM EST, I want to say. Yes, I am correct on that. So make sure to tune in. That will be when everything's kicking off tomorrow, and we're going to be doing a lot of stuff. If you don't know a couple of the teams, just go watch it. VWS and Torpedo are like Wolfie, the previously known as Moxies, and Game Hunter, Ninja Bobat. All of those guys, they are amazing. They're great to watch. You should definitely come in tomorrow. But that was it for today. Thank you for everyone watching. I'm going to put a whole host of everybody who was sitting in who was casting today. So, Shadowboy, Verbalosity, myself, and Rankonius.
There we go.
And also, don't forget, big thank you to both hi-rez for letting Tier Monster produce this tournament, and thank you for Tier Monster to doing the admin and production and all of this for the tournament as well. I will be linking every single thing in the chat as well. Don't forget, Super Regionals this week. We have the Latin American teams doing their own stuff at some point. Unfortunately, they were delayed due to a fire nearby them. We have EU tomorrow. We also have a lot of stuff going on. We have the new patch coming out on Tuesday as well, so make sure to tune in and make sure to be entertained. And finally, one thing I will say is, I know it's been harped on about a whole lot, but if you don't know, unfortunately there were some huge terrorist attacks over in a very close country to ours, Paris, France, Paris, and there were a lot of people killed in those fights. And to show our respect, hi-rez have put the French icon flag and the Athena Liberty skin on for one favor, so you can go buy those now and show your support in game. Don't forget to donate to try and help out to these families who have lost their loved ones, and just in general, make sure that your thoughts go out with them, and we'll be able to do stuff. Anyway, we're gonna finish it off. Do you have anything last to say, Bob?
No, I'm tired. I want to bugger off, and I need to get some rest for tomorrow because I'm casting you.
Oh yes, you are. Anyway, so we're gonna head off again. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you all later. My name is Lord Wizkid. I have been joined today by Verbalocity. We will see you all tomorrow.